Lucia is going to be one of the two main protagonists in the upcoming GTA 6. And in this video, I'll be going through everything we know about her so far, using clues from the two trailers, the release screenshots, and what it says about her from the official GTA 6 website, and piece together where she comes from and how her story is likely to go. So who is Lucia Caminos? We got our first glimpse of Lucia from the very first trailer, when we see her talking to a parole officer at Leonida Penitentiary. How she got here isn't totally clear, but the bio on the GTA 6 website says life has been coming at her swinging ever since. Fighting for her family landed her in the Leonida Penitentiary. Lucia's learned her lesson. Only smart moves from here. A former Rockstar developer leaked major plot points of the main story mode some time ago, and he said that Lucia left her baby to go and rob a bank, and it was this abandonment that got her arrested and put away. However, I don't think this will be the case. It's more likely that Lucia was actually in a real illegal fighting competition. We know she's a fighter due to her bio, which also states that Lucia's father taught her to fight as soon as she could walk, and how we have pictures and footage of her fighting, with this one in the steel cage kicking some dude, as well as this shot here of her hitting the bag, and how she has a boxing glove on her necklace. The Golden Gloves pendant is a coveted award given to those who have won it in amateur boxing competitions, so this is highly likely where she received it. Boxing is a very proud tradition in Mexico and Cuba, so it's quite possible that Lucia's heritage goes back to one of these countries. When Lucia first comes out of prison, she is met by Jason. This meeting is definitely not like the passionate scenes we see them in later, in many of the other clips. So this appears to suggest that at this time they don't know each other very well, judging by their speech and actions.
Hey.
You'd think that if they were lovers when Lucia is released, that she'd jump into his arms straight away, rather than be this tepid. Her profile goes on to say, more than anything, Lucia wants the good life her mum has dreamt of since their days in Liberty City. But instead of half-baked fantasies, Lucia is prepared to take matters into her own hands. This shows Lucia to definitely be the more ruthless one in her partnership with Jason, and also hints at her being the one who wants to take on the robberies we see them both in. It also says a life with Jason could be her way out. Fresh out of prison and ready to change the odds in her favour, Lucia is committed to her plan, no matter what it takes. This again elevates her ruthless nature, and if anyone is going to be doing the betraying at the very end of the story, it's almost certainly going to be Lucia against Jason, albeit with much more at stake due to how their love looks to become very intense. When Lucia is quoted as saying, "The only thing that matters is who you know and what you got." This hints at the bond that these two will have in the game. In the first trailer, we have a clip of Lucia talking about trust to Jason.
Trust? Trust.
To really highlight this aspect, like it's foreshadowing how this trust will eventually be broken. Early on, we have Lucia performing some community service while she's out on parole, and she also has an electronic tag fitted to her right ankle. This is going to be crucial in deciding when Lucia starts her robbing spree, as she obviously can't do it while being tagged, as she'll get caught straight away. You can see in this clip where she's robbing a store with Jason that she is not wearing it, and also here when she is wearing an identical outfit. So it's likely that these scenes are linked, with the car chase in between. The electronic tag may also be a way of keeping us as the player from going too far afield in the map, opening up more of it as the story progresses, and she can eventually have it removed. We already know about Lucia's fighting ability, but we also know her to be a badass in other ways, handling assault rifles, firing grenade launchers at cops, fighting buff chicks with big asses, and also jumping from motorcycles to moving trucks to steal Pegassi Tempesta supercars. However, what I think makes her more dangerous is her feminine qualities alongside this. We all know she's pretty, sexy, and has a great ass, and I'm sure most of us will have stories about these women and how manipulative they can be, making us men think with what's in our pants rather than what's in our heads. There is this one shot from the official website which I think says more about what we can expect from the story than anything else, which has Lucia in the arms of Jason while she's holding a gun behind his back and has a certain look on her face, one that makes you think she's going through plans and decisions in her head. My guess is that we'll get a passionate love story from Lucia and Jason that will ultimately end with Lucia having to make a choice that involves the betrayal of Jason. But how do you see Lucia's story going in GTA 6? Let me know in the comments.